Hi, I'm Ashley Burke, and this is my evaluation of online learning tools. The first tool that I've chosen is MindMash, which is a graphic organizer application for iOS. It's designed specifically for brainstorming, clipping, and arranging information. As a note taker, it functions in a similar manner to Evernote for PC, but it affords the user more freedom to create mashups of text, images, and drawings. Its designers intended the app become a canvas of ideas for students, bloggers, and writers. Users can add bits of text, images, and drawings to sheets, which form the basis of visual outputs that aid in the creative process. Inputs are tactile, allowing freehand sketches, resizing images through pinching, and manipulation of text with hand gestures. Users are free to move through the various phases of content creation, editing any item with a simple double tap or dragging motion. While this tool is not particularly unique, it is user-friendly and accessible as a free app. As a teaching tool, it is worthy of consideration. In terms of ethics and equity, the iOS platform is placed at a premium price point, although similar applications do exist for Android and PC. As with any device, practical issues would need to be overcome, whether the school provides the devices are shared, or whether they mandate a bring your own device policy. These raise a number of technical, budgetary, and practical considerations about the burden of responsibility and the cost of implementation. Although this is an Apple-only application, this is a minor inconvenience as the clippings may be transferred between other devices as a screenshot. The learning curve is not particularly steep, as the controls and inputs are mostly intuitive and tactile, something that would be appreciated by digital immigrants and younger students. They should be able to establish a working understanding of the functions with minimal lead-in time. This tool is particularly suitable to the senior science classroom, where students begin to independently plan and conduct investigations. Despite the varied benefits of introducing a new tool, educators have a responsibility to evaluate the need for technology when traditional methods may be sufficient. Emerging technology is not guaranteed to be the most effective. Often using a pre-existing tool means that more support is available. All technology needs to be considered through the lens of effective pedagogy that supports learning outcomes, rather than the introduction of shiny new tools simply to appear current. Although MindMash could be achieved with a color printer, some post-it notes, and some desk space, it's important to engage young learners in a context familiar to them, which in this case is an intuitive electronic interactive platform. In an educational classroom setting, an organizer such as MindMash could be useful in a number of scenarios. Teachers could use this software as a diagnostic tool to recognize prior learning, which is the cornerstone of the constructivism model. This could highlight existing contexts of learning in the home or community and could be used to enhance the lesson. Students could quickly sketch their prior conceptions. Teachers could clip aspects of this, modify them, and turn this into a summary sheet which could form the basis of a lesson or future revision. This approach serves to reduce explicit instruction, allowing the teacher to focus on key principles and complex concepts. This also promotes a student-focused learning environment where students are valued contributors to their own learning and hopefully take ownership of the education process. Another application could be the planning phase of a scientific investigation where students organise their thoughts and ideas for a research topic. This could aid in generating hypotheses, clipping information from existing scientific and popular publications to inform their experimental design. Secondary source perusal could also be simplified, creating a mind map of key concepts. This could form situated practice in the multi-literacies model for pedagogy, as students immerse themselves in authentic situations. In terms of supporting literacy, the graphic and gestural input methods allow users from a range of backgrounds and achievement levels to communicate on their own terms. The ability to move between different phases of adding, modifying, and deleting items acts as recursive writing. In this way, students modify their original plans as new information is located, or their peers' comments and contributions are considered. The collaborative use of resources in small groups serves to free the teacher to focus on questioning and steering the investigation. In conclusion, technology alone cannot enhance learning. It instead needs to be combined with a combination of content knowledge, best practice pedagogy, and technological skills required for successful integration. TPAC has helped shift the traditional hierarchy of learning, allowing the student to take ownership and responsibility for learning. The teacher no longer has to be an all-knowing receptacle of knowledge, rather a facilitator and moderator of learning. Students are then positioned as creators and meaning makers. With any new ability comes increased responsibility, as students are now evaluating a greater range of sources. Technology such as MindMash allows them to build on existing cognitive framework. When skillfully applied, this is an effective technology, and much like literacy and numeracy tools, it serves to enhance learning and deepen understanding. The second tool chosen for evaluation is Asana project management software. Asana is centered around organizing group tasks and was engineered to be employed by businesses, volunteer groups of designers. In an educational setting, it serves as an adaptive use of technology. It could readily be used in small group work, whole of class investigative projects, or even collaboration between staff. Teachers could communicate with their head teacher, or head teachers communicate with the curriculum coordinator. Teachers could also monitor the progress of the entire class, instructing on housekeeping matters and upcoming assessments. This software has the benefit of bypassing face-to-face meetings, which could be complicated by having students studying different subjects and limited opportunities for face-to-face meetings. Senior high school students could benefit from using this to collaborate, share, and exchange data. As small group collaboration software, it could be particularly useful in HSIE technology and science projects that become multi-lesson investigations. Practically, a teacher or admin is a designated team leader, much like a manager or director in a business situation. Completion times and due dates for specific tasks can be set along with task delegation. The app uses cloud storage to increase data security and lessen the chances of students losing information. Students have the ability to comment on each other's work and heart the work they approve of, which is similar to a social media like, a context within which students feel involved and valued. A dashboard newsfeed and push notifications to mobile allow the whole team to see who has recently contributed. The teacher can monitor these interactions and set reminders to students who are less engaged. This becomes a replacement for group meetings and filling out worksheets of who needs to do what. It is available as a free version on sign up, but practically the paid version has a number of advantages for teachers looking to enhance their pedagogy. The application is available on most platforms, which takes some pressure off educators and administrators. With any mandated class technology, several practical, ethical, and moral issues are evident. Any device capable of running this software is only one update away from being redundant and requiring investment. The BYOD is increasingly popular, but this shifts the cost from schools onto families. This creates a number of issues where students may have a fear of missing out, being disconnected from the group, and also it has the ability to widen a digital divide between students who have technology and those that do not. Another practical issue is that any increase in monitoring progress potentially lessens the value of students' own dedication, initiative, and drive. Shifting coursework to home also potentially disadvantages students from EALD, Indigenous, or low socioeconomic backgrounds. Asana can be useful in the way it positions students to take ownership of task delegation and contributions to a group. The ability to see and comment on others' progress, getting instantaneous approval for work, creates a participatory culture familiar to users of social media. The use of push notifications serve to compete for the attention of the user, something that's familiar to users of common applications. This seeks to achieve the same level of engagement on familiar terms. Although central to pedagogy, group work traditionally has the potential for more extroverted students to dominate task delegation. This app allows fair distribution where each student is positioned as a valuable contributor. Collaboration is an authentic task, and this serves as transform practice in the multi-literacies model, as students are positioned to create their own meaning from existing texts. Tasks that could easily be delegated using Asana include secondary source evaluation. A leader, for example, could allocate 4 topics to 4 different students. Each could report back and thus feel valued for contributing to discrete areas. Beyond the planning phase, it could also be used in a variety of scenarios, conducting an experiment and compiling results. Students could be paired via the software to type out key points, swap notes, and proofread each other's work. In this way, the software facilitates an application of the think, pair, share model. At a pedagogical level, this app could be employed for teachers collaborating with colleagues, delegating tasks, and sharing planning triumphs and failures, allowing teachers more freedom to be facilitators and moderators of learning instead of reinventing the wheel each lesson. In conclusion, Asana has the potential to be a successful implementation of an adaptive technology in an educational setting. It's probably best suited to senior high school that requires students to collaborate over an extended period of weeks. It has numerous other potential benefits for principals, faculties, teachers, students, and even parent communication. In an administrative sense, it would be useful for planning fundraising, delegating tasks, and promoting fair and equitable work distribution. Like any technological introduction, the application itself will not change the way students perform. However, it can support and even enhance well-considered pedagogy that promotes a student-centered learning environment, peer teaching, and effective collaboration. This is a collection of references which will also be available on my cover page. Thanks for your time.